Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the dial, and welcome back to Stay on the Watch. I feel like it's been a while since I've done this one in a while, but I really wanted to come back with something that is a video that's more important and a video that's more about the future generations. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about heirloom watches. Now, what are heirloom watches? Heirloom watches are basically watches that you can start by buying now and passing it down to your kids, your future kids, the next generation basically of your family. So today the video is about the top 10 watches to pass down. Now, watches aren't about time, as we know. They carry history, memories that can be passed down just like jewelry or art. Now, in this video, like I've said before, I'll show you 10 watches that are perfect to hand over to the next generation. And these watches are timeless, well-built, and always respected. Now, the opinions here I offer are of my own. So guys, don't kill me. But let's start. In fact, before we start, a quick message from our sponsor, Luxury Time. If you're looking to buy or sell your watch, head over to luxurytime.co.za and let them know that the dial sent you, and they'll take care of you the way they take care of us. Now let's start. Number 10, Tudor Black Bay. Now, Tudor was created by the Rolex founder Hans Wilsdorf to make reliable watches at a more affordable price. We know this. The Black Bay takes inspiration from the Tudor's vintage dive watches. It's rugged, it has an in-house movement, and it carries that Rolex DNA without the full Rolex price tag. Now, this is a perfect way to start a family tradition without breaking the bank. And personally, Tudor Black Bay is one of my favorite watches. I might actually even consider getting one for my heirloom and for my next generation. Number 9, IWC Portuguesa. Now, the Portuguesa dates back to the 1930s when two Portuguese businessmen asked IWC for a watch, a large wristwatch with the precision of a pocket watch. Now, the result was a big clean dial with Arabic numerals and a railway-style minute track. Now, today, IWC is one of the most loved models. It's elegant, it's legible, and it's powered by a very strong movement. And it's a watch that balances history and refinement. Number 8, Grand Seiko. Now, Grand Seiko is all about the detail. The Japanese brand focuses on finishing accuracy and craftsmanship to the highest level. We love our Grand Seikos. Their Zaratsu polishing gives the case mirror-like surface that you can't miss. Now, some models use spring drive technology, as common in Grand Seikos, which blends the mechanical watchmaking with quartz accuracy. A Grand Seiko proves that true heirlooms don't have to come from Switzerland. Sometimes they could come from Japan. Take a swing. Some beautiful rooibos. Anyway, continuing. Cartier Tank, number 7. Now, the Cartier Tank came out in 1917, and it was inspired by the shape of the military tanks in World War I. It's been worn by icons such as Jackie Kennedy, the one we know the most, Princess Diana, and Muhammad Ali. It has a rectangular case and Roman numeral dials that make it timeless. Now, when you pass down a Cartier Tank, you're not just giving a watch. You're giving something with a century of cultural impact. Beautiful. I think Cartier Tank is definitely a beautiful watch that you can leave behind, that anyone can wear actually, if I may add. Male or female, you can rock a Cartier Tank so long as you have a wrist. Now, number 6, Jaeger LeCoultre Reversal. Ooh, perfectly pronounced there. Now, the Reversal was born in the 1930s for polo players in India. The idea was simple. Flip the case to protect the crystal from breaking during the match. Now, over time, it became a symbol for Art Deco design. Its slim, rectangular, and elegant design stands out in a world full of round watches. Now, many people even engrave personal watches on the Le Coultre Reversal on the back, making it even more meaningful for a family piece. So one thing that you could do as with a Lacoute reversal is you can actually, maybe if you have a family crest, maybe your family comes from wealth, or even if it's not wealth, you can have a family crest. You can list maybe your children's name on the Lacoute reversal. JJ Lacoute offer those kind of services. I think that's pretty cool. I'm personally a very, very big fan of the JJ Lacoute reversal. And I mean, one day when I can afford one, that is definitely going into my heirloom watches that I'll pass down. So now we've reached number 5. So what I have at 5 is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Now the Royal Oak was found, or was released in 1972, and it shocked the watch world. We know this, a Gerald Genta design. Now at the time, luxury watches were small and gold. Now the Royal Oak came in at a very interesting time. It came in steel, and it had an octagonal bezel and an integrated bracelet. It was designed by Gerald Genta, and it became the blueprint for the modern luxury sports watch. Passing it down is like handing over a piece of design history. And we know that ever since the Royal Oak started, the rest is history. We still see the Royal Oak in many variations today. Personally, which one I would choose basically a Royal Oak chronograph. That's probably my favorite type of Royal Oak. But in general, you can't go wrong with any Royal Oak. Number 4, Vacheron Constantin Patrimony. Yes, I had to include it. I am a Vacheron stan. I'm a fiend. Vacheron Constantin is the oldest, or one of the oldest watchmakers in the world, making its debut in 1755. The Patrimony is their flagship dress watch. It is slim, refined, and it's built to the highest standard. Now, owning one means that you're passing down not just the watch, but the oldest continuous watchmaking legacy on earth. There's nothing left to be said. Vacheron Constantin is I believe any of their lines you can easily pass down. Very, very classy watch, and will be classy even 100 years from now. Here's an interesting one at number 3. Number 3 is Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. Now, this watch literally went to the moon. NASA tested it on many chronographs in the 1960s, and only the Speedmaster survived the trials. Now, the astronauts wore it during the Apollo missions. Now, this includes the first moon landing, and it makes it one of the most legendary tool watches ever. On top of that, it's manual wind, which means it connects you directly to the heartbeat of the movement every single day. And it's a perfect mix of history and function. I think Omega is a great storyteller about how man went to the moon, and you can teach your kids about it, and what best way to show them by through a watch that you can give them for future generations. I like Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch. Now, we've come to the top 2. Now, the second one is the Patek Calatrava, the Patek Philippe Calatrava. Now, the Patek Philippe Calatrava needs no introduction. Patek is the brand, is what most people think when they hear family heirloom. The Calatrava is a pure dress watch, first released in the 1930s. Now, the design is very simple, thin, and very elegant. It's not too flashy, but it speaks of tradition and class. Owning one means you're passing down a piece of one of the most respected watchmakers in history. And may I just say, I actually saw a Patek in the wild recently, and it wasn't a Calatrava, it was an Aquanaut, but sheesh, man. Pateks in the wild are different. I know we always, on the channel, always talk about Pateks, but seeing it recently, I realized and I now understand why Patek are so respected, even though there have been many of people that, are naysayers to Patek and don't like the way they move. Patek in real life, seeing that watch in real life is insane. Oh my goodness. Okay, so drum roll please. We have reached number 1. Now, I will allow you 2 seconds to guess what number 1 is. I bet you won't guess it, but it's a very obvious one. Number 1, of course, is the king of watches. It literally has a crown on the logo, Rolex. Number 1 is the Rolex Submariner. Now, the Submariner is Rolex's most famous dive watch in the world. It came out in the 1950s and it was one of the first watches to waterproof to 100 meters. Yes, you could actually deep dive with this. It's built tough and it works in almost any situation and has barely changed in its design over 70 years. That makes it instantly recognizable. Rolex has one of the best service networks in the world, so future generations can always keep the tradition running. And that is the perfect way to end it. I feel like, of course, Rolex Submariner again it needs no introduction. It's basically the perfect heirloom watch. And actually, if you even look on YouTube and on other websites, you can actually see a lot of people have vintage Submariners from the 1990s, 1980s. Literally, there was one, I don't think it was a Submariner, but it might have been a deep sea that I saw on a YouTube channel once, and this man has been keeping it for a long time. So I think Rolex is, I would say, the quote-unquote perfect heirloom to pass down, because Rolex is realized back then, especially in the 20th century, and it's realized now, and it will always be realized beyond this 21st century and beyond when we die, because Rolex is the most famous watch brand in the world, so you literally cannot forget it. So guys, those are my top 10 watches, heirlooms that you can pass down to the next generation, for those who have kids and for those who have family members. I mean, we all have family members, but for those who are collecting watches to pass down to the next generation, why not? And I feel like that's what watchmaking is about. It's about collecting timepieces that you deem valuable, but that also tell a story. I am personally of the notion that watches shouldn't be bought for investment or just to be bought and flipped or sold, but watches should be bought because one is in love with that particular watch and wants to keep it and wants it to send it down to the next generation. I'm an old school type of guy when it comes to these things. But yeah, so when you pass down a watch, you need to keep, number 1, you need to make sure you keep the service papers, the boxes, and the notes about its history. Now that adds story and value. Now these 10 watches aren't just machines, they are future memories. So guys, which one would you pass down to your future kids? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And before we end this, a quick word from our sponsor, Luxury Time, where actually you can get all these watches that I have been speaking about. So if you are looking to buy or sell your watch, or even buy your next heirloom watch, head over to luxurytime.co.za. Let them know that the dial sent you. Let them know, and they will take care of you the way they take care of us. But guys, that is all from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because all your likes contribute to something greater. Trust me. All right, we've got some big things coming. Okay, but that's all from me, and never forget to stay on the watch.